guess where that's been? Well, I guess I've been away for a while. Farming's just been keeping me busy, but anyway, we'll hopefully get back on this now, because I got some more help around, so lightened up my workload pretty good. It's August 1st today, I think, might be, and we're going to start on oats. And I say we're going to start on oats, but we should very easily be able to get done with oats, because there's only 16 acres total. And I think probably 4 or 6 of those are, I don't know if it was wet when I planted them or what, but they were pretty thin. So those are going to get skipped over combine, and we're just going to go right in and cut them. One field closest to home here is super thick and heavy, but so are the weeds. And then the other field is probably the biggest of the bunch, is probably like 8 acres. It's getting clean, but the oats are a little thin on it, so we'll see how that works out. But, yep, neighbor's out here, he's going. Good deal. As you can see, they're a little dirty. Got quite a bit of green in there, but there are oats there, I think. At least there were before the weeds really started taking over. Well, we'll see how this goes. So all the oats I have, there's actually alfalfa seeded underneath it. So basically what is an oat field this year is going to be a hay field next year. And this field here has been a corn field in all the years I can remember. I never remember it being hay. There's beans a couple times, but for the most part, it's always been corn, so that'll be a little bit of a fun experience anyway. I'm gonna go back. I got the grain truck parked back there. I might even get the drone in the air. Oh yeah, we're doing all the YouTube things today. On second thought, I think I will wait till we get to the nicer going, cleaner stuff for those beautiful drone shots rather than seeing all these weeds. We'll do that. Well, sad news. The sample out of that field was bad. Very bad. A lot of green stuff in it. A little bit of green oats, and it really sucks. It was actually yielding awesome, but no dice on this one, so we got about a half a combine dump in the truck. We're gonna take this home, dump it in the bunkers. I'll feed it off to dry cows or something, and then we're gonna move to the other farm. So that's farming. Well, you know, we feed the cows brewer's grain. What's a little bit of oats, you know? As you can see, a lot of good stuff, quite a bit of green stuff. Not ideal. You could say these oats are making me a lot of green. Just not in the way I prefer it. What are you gonna do? Although the good news is there's a lot more of this than I thought there was. That's gonna make that stretch a little farther. Should just have them keep going in that field. Probably not. Well, it is kind of a different farm, same story. Although there's not a whole bunch of weeds standing out in this stuff, there's definitely some grass coming up, and it's getting in the combine, and yeah, we're getting some green grass in there, and I don't know, it's not ideal. Nothing about this has been ideal thus far. he made some adjustments to the combine. We're gonna see what that does, and I guess we're gonna decide if we'll keep going or call it a loss. By God, we worked a little magic in the combine. Well, I didn't. Sean did. And sample still isn't beautiful perfect, but it's should be good enough. And yeah, there's probably only going to be a truckload out here. He said it was going about 30 bushel, so not great, but not bad when you're considering that it's also growing side by side with alfalfa, which absolutely looks awesome under there. The bad news is the oats are so light and the grass foxtail is so heavy. This probably isn't going to be good enough straw to big square bale, which sucks. That's mostly the reason we combine it, is just so that straw gets run through the combiner, gets all chewed up, big square bale it. It works awesome in the calf shed. And my wife yells at me if I bring her a big square bale that was just cut with the disc mine rather than through the combine. But I mean, she'll find something to yell at me for anyway, right? So anyway, we found a nice shady spot. We're gonna sit here, get loaded up, and I guess we'll go haul her away. And I guess I'll either take the oats or they'll turn them down, and then I just dump them in the bunker and I'll feed them, which is also worth something. So oh well. Well, tonight I planned on keeping this fun straw themed video going and finish cutting all the straw right behind where the combine went through. I got the last bit of it in the truck, but Dad said the rolls weren't working very good, and there's a belt down in here that runs that lower roll right there. And that bell roll wasn't turning. So I come in here and I say, dang, those belts are loose. Why are they loose? And then you grab a hold of the whole shaft. That bearing's out. That's fun. I didn't even look on this side to see if this one's out. Of course, you can get right at this one. It's a piece of cake. That one's getting tight, so that's a good sign. Now, I'm going to get this out tonight. hopefully. I'm going to hopefully go uptown to our local hardware store and see if they have that bearing, and if some grace of God they have that bearing and I can get this back together, I will get these oats cut down, in which we have 2 or 3 days before it rains again. If, by some grace of God, we will get this straw cut, raked, baled, done. I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I wouldn't put money on this. Back again in the tractor that really needs a headliner. It's on the list, don't worry, I'll get to it. 2 days later since we combined this. Dad was following the combine with the disc spine, and then the bearing went out, so I had to fix that, and that turned into a lot bigger project than I really wanted it to be. There's 3 rollers on this machine. The 2 main ones that it shoves everything through to crimp it down, and then there's a smaller one right behind the cutter bar that kind of helps feed into the other rollers. That was the one that went out, and it went out on the drive side, so I had to take the belts, the pulleys, everything off, and instead of just a simple pulley on there, it was the not fun kind. And on top of that, it's all the way at the bottom, shields on both sides, 1, 2, 3, 4 sides of it. Not the finest engineering for that specific roller. If they would have put a hole on the side so you could get right at it, it would have been like a 10-minute project. Oh well. I'd rather do that bearing than get the phone call my disc spine hit a tree again. Dale. Getting down to about the last bit of it, and it's really playing tricks on the mines, because that looks a lot more straw-like than I think it really is. So I don't know, we might actually end up making some big square bales off this for up in the calf shed. We'll see. It's supposed to rain the next 2 days, so I have a feeling this all is going to get rained on. See what it looks like after that dries, but it looks a lot more straw-like than I thought it would, especially when there's plenty of green stuff in it. I don't know, that's weird. Unless there's more straw down in there and you're just seeing more of the green, I don't know. That's how these things go. Sometimes you think it's one way, and then it's a completely different way. All done, we're moving out. I got about a half an acre where Dad was cutting when this thing blew a bearing out. I'm gonna stop at home quick, see what's shaking there, and I don't know if I'm gonna go cut that other stuff yet, or we'll just leave it as is as the combine went over it, rake it up, or we'll see. It is Sunday. It'll be a good day for a nap. God, that just looks nice down there. Like I said, I probably said it a couple times, but this has never been in hay. It's either been corn or soybeans, so just seeing it in hay is going to be pretty cool. I got to get the bat wing out, do some trimming along here, and that will really open it up. God damn, that's gonna be nice. Should work out pretty good. I gotta go run out to the rented ground where that bearing went out on Dad, so there's just a little bit left to finish up cutting. and we'll get that knocked down and wrapped up tonight. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, hopefully not too much, and hopefully we'll check back in. We'll be raking some straw. Well, we made the road trip out here. This is all stuff Dad cut the other day, and honestly, if we would have got on it and raked it, we probably could have baled this up. Pretty grassy, not I'd say about 50-50, so that's okay. Come winter time, this will be the bales that we roll out to dry cows, and they'll pick through it, might eat some, probably lay in all of it. You know, that's what dry cows do. All we got left really is up. Yeah, that big kind of where this widens out, so not a whole lot. Should be able to bang this out real quick, get right after it, and hopefully we can just get this done. No surprises, just get it done. It's funny though, the hay at home is blooming, and this stuff out here is like ankle high, so pretty confident we should be able to get third crop made without it getting all bloomed out and ahead of us. That's a good sign. If this stuff was getting knee high and starting to get a few flowers, then it'd probably be bloomed out by the time we get out here, but we shouldn't have to worry about that. Apparently Dad didn't do a very good job of trimming along the road here. Disappointing. Come on. Well, we got our oats done over there. I'm glad I came out and did it, because the way Dad talked, there wasn't much, but enough I might get a little worried about if that would snuff out the alfalfa underneath. Got some deer running around over there. I actually wonder if that little guy's it's right in the same area. If you were around when I was planting corn, that could be that little fawn I kicked up. Small world like that, you never know. But we're gonna cut this piece of grass here along the road and basically cut our way up, and all wrapped up. We're gonna see what the rain, if it does rain tomorrow, and whatever, get back into baling, and third crop's knocking on the door, and not bad. Oh, I tell you, I do miss my days of mowing roadsides for the county. That's a good job. And you know, when you get done, it just looks so much nicer without this strip of grass here. It's probably not the best for a disc vine. She's spitting out dust and spits out a couple rocks here and there, but that's fine. Don't worry about that. It's all about making it look nice, right? That's why we do this. Welcome back. We're out baling. This is the grassier stuff that wasn't combined, and it's making grassy looking bales. This is a lot mellower than the last field I baled. Last field, the windrows were quite large, so we already got 30 bales. A lot of bales to the acre. It's really piling up, and basically this is just going to be mattress for the dry cows over winter. So it's got a little bit of straw in it, and that stuff, the other stuff was about 50-50, but it'll do. It'll work. It's good and dry. I don't know why my monitor there thinks it's wet. It might just be reading a little bit of wet stuff in it here and there, but I'm pretty confident this stuff's gonna just mellow out and be fine. Might have a couple strands of grass in it here and there that get a little musty, but that'll be fine. Hoping we can get all this wrapped up before it rains. It's probably kicking 1 o'clock now. It's supposed to be raining by 4. So, we'll see. We'll see. Well, we're bailing along 50 bales or so, and all of a sudden my belt started slipping. Fun. Yeah, this bale is complete, and it started tying, and as soon as I stopped, I hear the belt start squealing a little bit. So I imagine that's just wrapped up on the roll there, so I'm gonna clear that. Well, I started digging. So this here, this spot in the baler, you can see these belts going up like that, and that's where, this is where the bale is. So hay comes in, it comes in here, and got a wad of hay wedged up in there, which shouldn't happen unless someone rakes up a big old stick into the windrow. That'll do it. The first clue was this. Some people are just allergic to getting out of a tractor. Oh, what's that? There's more. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. Thanks, guys. Well, hopefully that was all of it. Let's get this thing. Oh, there's more. God, I love farming next to the woods. It's great. Plus, you know, farming next to the woods, you get all that deer damage. They just mowed off a good chunk of it. Why not? I mean, they deserve it. They really do. I hate effing deer. Well, that's a good 45 minutes of my life I'll never get back. Don't be lazy, and don't just pass over things. That's really irritating. Just like up here, there's a tree down. Did we stop, get out, and move the tree? No, we drove around it. It's hot. I am not happy. I am not having a good time. Oh heavens. What an inconvenience to get out and have to move a tree. Oh my God. Oh, so hard. Jesus Christ. We probably should have raked this. This is the stuff that we're gonna big square bale and use for bedding in the calf shed, and it is looking awesome. And it's probably dry enough to rake right now, but I gotta start chores in about 5-10 minutes, so not exactly enough time to get it raked, have the neighbors come in, big square bale it, and get it all hauled off before it starts raining at 8. So that sucks. Probably should have raked this. Would have had it raked and baled by now, and all we would have had to do was haul the bales off. Damn it. That was a missed opportunity. Then I could bring my batwing in and clear all this out. Whatever. Cross our fingers. Hopefully we don't get rained on tonight, but honestly, even if we did get rained on, I'd be okay with it. The corn's growing its little kernels, and we actually haven't got rain in, or a serious enough rain for a couple weeks, so I wouldn't mind rain. Wouldn't mind if it didn't come here either, so kind of good either way. I'm gonna take this thing home and get it tucked away in the shed. Maybe find lunch before I go milk cows. Well, cows milked, chores are done. They kind of pushed back our chance of rain for later, and two things happen when that usually happens. Either it starts raining the time it was originally supposed to start raining, or it just doesn't rain at all. Either way, we're gonna go cut some hay. That rhymed. Yeah, the stuff's blooming. Gotta get after it. It's really gonna make a nightmare for trying to get the last of that straw done and trying to get the hay done on top of it, but that's like my problem 2 days from now. So, and if there's one thing I have learned, that if you just ignore your problems, eventually they just go away. So, right? I mean, it's fine. Everything's fine. Anyway, we're gonna custom hay. We forgot something. We ain't doing straw anymore, so we need to narrow up this windrow. I'm gonna set you down for a second. That'll also help keep that windrow kind of tighter, so you know, the rake likes it better, but also with getting rained on, something there. This field really got a lot of grass in it. We hauled slurry on it pretty aggressively, but oh well. Well, we are back towards the buildings just as we noticed lightning rolling in. So I really don't want this beautiful red tractor to get struck by lightning, and we're kind of at the top of the ridge where we're cutting, so I think we're gonna call it a night. The bugs are getting excited about it, so yeah, hopefully this little rain don't get too much out of it, doesn't get too exciting. Hopefully we can get that straw raked up tomorrow and baled and get that project done, get the hay started drying, and roll on. See ya. Good stuff. Now you can make out the rows. Cool news is there is alfalfa there. This stuff is actually going to make awesome straw, and it's drying good. Not too bad for getting 3 inches of rain on it last night. No, night before. Was it last night? No, it was the night before. I don't know. I can't even remember anymore. It's been a day. It's been a couple days. It's been a month. It's been a year. Good stuff though. Well, that's weird. For the longest time, the White has had a running issue of leaking diesel fuel in the return lines. And I thought I fixed it, and I did fix it, and then they started leaking even worse than they were before, so had this sitting around now. Oh, and also the starter either went out or my battery that is brand new died, or the alternator died, or something is going on electrically because it won't start. One thing after another, after another, after another. So it works. I've just been co-starting it. That's fun. But it's all going to be worth it. We're going to have some beautiful straw. Hopefully. Nice. Well, unfortunately, I was hauling bales when the big square baler rolled in. So we switched from hauling round bales to hauling square bales. They stack a little better. Are quite heavy though. There is 5, 10, 13, 14 on here, something like that. There's enough of them. There's only 34 here, plus I don't know, like 4 or 5 round bales. quite a bit of straw for what it was. Not bad. It's a little bit up there. It's making me a little nervous. But that's fine. Everything's fine. Until next time.